You are looking at a man who is the proud owner of 2 bouncing baby filament production setups. Morning Roundup. Socrates. Chihuahua can. We also made an Olmec. And it's interesting that it it's interesting that it failed in that particular way, but that's not fun. And we've got our other half of the guitar snake, alley skull, other guitar snake, big saber-tooth skull. We've got our pipe can, Bread and Bowie, Moai, Alien. We got our Einstein, and we've got another pipe can. Man, it feels good for just one day to not have to depend on FedEx. Let's package Dragon guitar. Here's a little business micro tip. Boomers love the phrase "through no fault of their own." If it becomes relevant, use it. And we've got our post-apocalyptic Ranger. Very cool. Golden oldie, or silver. Big cat skull. I came across the Spanish word conejo, and it occurred to me, it seemed like it was an animal the way they were saying it. I'm like, is that a rabbit? And it was. Coney is like an old word for rabbit. If you doubt this, remember Lord of the Rings. Brace of conies. We should bring back the word coney. These things are multiplying like conies. Coney 2012. There she was, just a-walking down the street, singing, "Who's your daddy, and what does he do?" I got a green light, and somebody that had a red light started to pull into the intersection. Just made me realize it could be argued that it's sort of sad that we feel the need to have security cameras nowadays, but I also really like that we can. I've told the story many times of how I got in a wreck in Austin because a couple of college students veered out of their lane and hit me head on at about 40 miles per hour, destroyed my car. And they blamed me because it was very ambiguous from the wreck because it was horrible. But there was 2 of them and there was just 1 of me, and it's like, on balance, they're probably gonna go with the people that there's 2 of. I really love that we have security cameras. I would definitely much prefer that we lived in a society that was high enough trust that a couple people that hit you head on, I was waiting to turn left, I wasn't even moving. I would love it if they were just honest, but we don't live in that society, so security cameras are kind of a great thing. I gotta say, I'm feeling noticeably better about things. I'm feeling happier that I have that camera out front. It really is quite nice. It's not a high likelihood, but one could imagine a couple of people from the bar getting drunk and doing something crazy to my house or in my front yard or something. And yeah, it's nice. There's some real peace of mind. If you guys are so inclined, you saw the camera, it's 25 bucks. I recommend it. I did this karaoke once and brought down the house. Come on, come on, come on. And touch me, babe. You know that I am not afraid. What was that promise that you made? I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna love you. Oh, my business is still alive. Yeah. Kona 2012. Weirdest intro ever. Just to sleep, I see the sun. Dancing fish is in love with him. Can't print a better man. He prints in colors, he prints in red. Can't print a better man. In all seriousness, you do have to get a little nostalgic about an era where popular music sounded like that. This is not slop. This is good crap right here. You know, something that I think is an interesting journey to go on musically. When you kind of start listening to music and you're listening to a lot of retro music, it can be very hard to sort out, like, which bands sort of invented the sound and which bands were just copying other bands. But like, there were bands in the early 2000s who were kind of trying to do that, you know, like Creed, if you didn't really know any better. Sounds kind of a lot like Pearl Jam, you know. Once you really listen to those bands, you can definitely tell a pretty stark difference between them, but to the uninitiated, they're not that different. I say all that to say this, it's like when you listen to some of those early Pearl Jam songs, it is really hard to overstate how big a deal that was. Like, it was just, you know, obviously other bands, Alice in Chains, Nirvana, etc., but like, that stuff changed the game. You know, their first album, Vitology, that one was off of, it's like, these are albums that, like, people heard that and they're like, I have to sound like that. Editing mark here. I realize it may have sounded like I was saying Vitology was their first album. I meant their first album, comma, Vitology, comma, etc. And it's just funny because, like, when you kind of listen back and you don't know the history, a lot of it just kind of sounds like, oh, grunge. 90s grungy, earthy sounds. But it's like there was a spark that lit that fire. And some of those songs, like, people heard that and they were just like, it was the most compelling thing they could ever imagine listening to. Like, they were just, bam, that's the coolest thing I've ever heard. Yeah, I don't know, that's what Better Man makes me think of. Because you can kind of hear it. It's like, if you had never heard anything like that, that's a cool sound. Okay, we had to swing by Panda Cafe. $8. $8 and a drink. It speaks to the inner cheap ass in me. Isn't it ionic, don't you think? For $8, you get drink, food, egg drop, and crispy things. One heck of a deal, y'all. Time to break out the 60s playlist. Lots of good stuff on here. There we go. Oh man, I forgot there's some really good stuff on this playlist. We have a bunch to do, of course, but we're gonna take a few minutes and practice with the scooter because I really want to be able to take it to go get Duncan. That's like almost the whole reason I got this thing. We'll put the camera in the mailbox. I think I'm getting the hang of it. I can't quite figure out what you're supposed to do with your feet. I kind of end up stepping on it sideways. I think I'm gonna have to look up how people ride scooters. Let's get some of these guys packaged and out of the way. Very nice green T-Rex. And we've got Socrates, Octos, and we got that purple D20 bank. And we've got a little violin hanger. Oh, wow, my sore. I'm really tired. We'll catch up on comments next time. Write what you're thankful for in the comment section below. We'll see ya. Peace.
Stay around you. I can't say what I need. This blinding adolescence I'm seeing to standing in a moment. What has been is cast aside, frozen there as time reload. I know that you must have died. listen. Open up your mind. Create me something precious. Find me something free. Empty my possessions. Everything I need. Through the oceans. And we're all going to die. So leave me something precious. Another sunlight. Lions surround you. Open up your light and to say a Wiedersehen.